Got lots of ground to cover in this hour as well, including this. The Metal Workers Union, Numsa, commenced its national strike today. The union is demanding an 8% wage increase for workers. It anticipates over 430,000 workers across 9,000 steel and engineering companies countrywide will down tools. Well, let me take you live now to Mary Fitzgerald Square in Johannesburg, where we find eNCA's Heidi Giokos, who's tracking that strike for us. Heidi, what are the main demands? Is this merely about the demands for the wage increases, or are the workers from Numsa also throwing in other demands as well?
It seems as though for now it's merely got to do with the wage increase. Earlier on when we spoke to the spokesperson of Numsa, the main issue is the fact that workers in the steel and engineering sector did not get a salary increase last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and this year they are demanding 8%, and then for the next 2 to 3 years CPI plus 2% on top of CPI. So we understand that the main issue is the fact that workers are underpaid according to Numsa in the steel and engineering sector, and they are saying they are not backing down. They were willing to negotiate from about June this year, and it just seems as though there could be no agreement met with the employers as well as Numsa. This is why they've decided to go on a nationwide strike. This is a protected strike, and it's happening across 5 provinces, which of course include the Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, Northern Cape and the Eastern Cape. And it seems as though this strike is going to be ongoing until an agreement is met. But let's listen to Numsa on some of the demands with regards to those wage increases.
This is a national strike. Numsa has called for a national strike in the engineering sector, and the reason for this is because we've deadlocked with employers in the Metals and Engineering and Industries Bargaining Council, all employers, and all our members are fed up with the fact that the employers in the MEIBC are refusing to give us a meaningful increase. We are demanding an 8% increase across the board for the first year, as well as CPI plus 2% for the second and third year. They are offering 4.4% for the first year, as well as CPI plus 1% for the second year, and CPI plus 0.5% for the third year. Now, for our members, this is completely unacceptable. You must understand that these are workers, many of which are earning less than 49 Rand per hour. The minimum rate in engineering is 49 Rand per hour. You're lucky if you earn that. Most of these employers aren't even paying the minimum rate. So if you offer workers 4.4%, what does that mean in the life of somebody who's earning 20 Rand per hour, which is where many of these workers are? And this is why they're so angry. Last year, they went without increases, and they did so to protect the sector. All we want is for employers to give back to workers. That's it.
So, Heidi, what is the route of this procession? Where are they taking their demands to?
They will be taking their demands to the Metals and Engineering Industries Bargaining Council, where their demands will be handed over to management there. But it seems as though it's a little bit delayed today. We understand that the leadership of Numsa only just addressed members, and then they'll be marching off to the Bargaining Council, which is a few blocks away from here. What's important to highlight, though, to us, is there have been many concerns raised as to what this strike could possibly do to the industry, as it's an industry that was already struggling and possibly on its knees pre-pandemic due to imports coming in from other countries such as China that almost crippled the industry and the sector. So the employers have raised this concern to say we don't know what another strike could do to this industry, as it's already struggling and grappling, not only because of COVID-19 but because of imports coming in that have made other people go and buy the cheaper imports and not locally manufactured goods. So this is a big concern for the industry, but Numsa is saying they are not backing down. For as long as they need to, they will be on the strike. I must say, Tulas, I've not seen so many people at a strike in the middle of a pandemic, but it seems as though people have come out in their numbers, and it's possibly 430,000 workers across the country that are embarking on this protected strike.
Yeah, in fact, I was about to make that observation as well, Heidi. The numbers of people there that we are seeing behind you, it does seem like quite a significant number of people. And of course, we've got to juxtapose it with what we've been seeing with the political rallies as well, because the argument can be raised to say, if political parties can be staging such huge gatherings, why should workers suspend their protests in support of their demands? Thank you for that. That's eNCA's Heidi Giokos. She's been live for us at the Mary Fitzgerald Square in downtown Johannesburg. And look out for more updates from Heidi a bit later on here on eNCA.